Now today let's start with chapter number 2, Access, creating database. So in this chapter I will tell you about DBMS system, that is database management system, and Microsoft Access, how to start it, and Access 2000 window I will show you, and how to create a table. So let's start with the chapter now. So a traditional paper-based method, like what we do, we store data in a paper format. So it becomes very bulky. So now we have in this modern era with the numerous challenges, what we have done, we have include the data in a online format. So for that, what we do, if you want to add it, you can add it easily. There is data redundancy and cumbersome. So traditional paper-based method of storing data pose numerous challenges, which includes susceptibility to damage, issue with editing. It's very difficult. You have to do cutting over there. Then we have data redundancy and cumbersome management. So retrieving information from file-based system was laborious and time-intensive. In response to these limitations, computerized database system emerged in 1960 as a solution to streamline data management, and you can mitigate error over here and you can enhance accessibility, right? So first is database. What is database? It is the collection of data. What we call it? We call it collection of data organized in a manner that allow easy access, retrieval, update and yield. So in manual database, what we do, we might record data on a paper. Manually, what we do? We record the data with the help of our hands on a paper and store it in a filing cabinet. Database software, it is a software in which allows us to create, access and manage a database on a computer. You can store your data and in storage medium such as hard drive or an optical disk. So in other words, database, it is used by an organization as a method of storing, managing and retrieving information. Modern databases are managed. How we manage modern databases? By the DBMS system, that is database management system. So database management system, that is DBMS, if we talk about, it is a software that allows creating and managing database. In this, you can create and you can also manage your databases over here. So a user can perform multiple tasks. You can create database, you can insert, you can update, delete or retrieve data. So further, a rational database management system is based on rational model. Your rational DBMS system is based on rational model. Each database stored data in a table. So for instance, university database can have tables for students, lecturer and courses. So we can say that moreover, most RDBMS, what they provide GUI, that is graphical user interface, to perform operations on the database. So also the programmer can use structured query language, that is SQL, right? And through which what we do, we manage our data. For example, MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle. What are these? These are some popular DBMS. Now let's talk about Microsoft Access 2016. So what is Microsoft Access 2016? It is a rational database management system, right? Here what you can do, you can create, manage and process data in the form of multiple tables, right? Each specific piece of information in the table is known as value. Where is value located? It is located at insertion, where your row and columns inserts, right? So Access 2016, it helps us to analyze large amount of information and management related data more efficiently than your Excel 2016. So let's study about the components of Access. We have different components, like we have table, records and field. So in MS Access, database consists of collection of table organized in row and column. A record in a row in a table that contains information about a given person, your product or an event. So a field in a column in a table that contains specific piece of information within a record. Then we have data sheet and forms. From each table appears as a spreadsheet grid, which is known as data sheet. So we can type directly. It's your wish. If you want to type directly, you can type there. And then we can create forms like you can dialog boxes that prompt for field entries to make data entry more convenient. And through this, you can make your data entry more convenient. Next is filter and query. You can filter table to show only the desired records. Whatever record you want to show, you can add filter and that record will only be shown over there. So if you also create a query, you have to, which is like a save filter. So query also enables us to combine the data. So what you can do over here, you can combine the data from multiple related tables into a single data sheet. Now reports offer a way to view, format and summarize information, right? From the access, they present data from table and queries in attractive format. So complete with titles, headers, footers and graphs. You can also complete it with different types. Next is starting access and creating blank database. Now how to start the access? Let me tell you step by step and then I will show you also, right? So first of all, click on start button to open the start menu. Now scroll and click to access. You can access. If you do not find, you can also search over here. Now blank database can be created from here. Let's open it first. How you will open it? You will go to start button, right? You can scroll. This is Microsoft Access. This is your Microsoft Access 2016 window, right? Now, next is follow the below steps to create a blank database. Now, you want to create a blank database. So, how you will create? Click on the blank database or template option. A window will appear that will give you different template information. Type the name of the database under the file name field. Under the file name field, you will type the name. Right? So click on create button, then you will click on create. Access 2006 new blank database opens a new table, right? Like this, your window will appear. Let me show you. You have to go to blank database, right? Here you can write the name of your choice, whatever name you want to write. I'm not changing it, but you can change. And then you will click on create. Like this, your file will open, right? Now let's see the different components over here. This is your quick access toolbar, you know that. This is title bar where the name of our file is written, right? What are these? These are the file tab and this is your tab. This is your tab option. This complete is your ribbon. In ribbon we have object. In ribbon we have different groups, right? This is your object tab and this is your navigation pane. This is record selector and this is your view buttons. From here you can view your different things. Now, first is quick access toolbar, which gives you different commands like save, undo, redo, that we use frequently. Then we have title bar, the name displayed, database. Then we have file tab that gives the big backstage view of the file. Commands like we have new and open. Then your ribbon, the index which we have different commands and each tabs offer shortcut buttons. Next is tab contains buttons and other control for working with data. Then we have organize. We have groups from which we can organize control into sections. Then we have dialog box launcher. Open a dialog box related to the group. Whatever group you have through which these dialog boxes related. Then we have object tab. Provide access to all open database objects like we have table, reports and forms. Next is your navigation pane in which list all available database objects. View button, it helps to switch between various view or selected objects. Then record selector, display current record, number and navigates to other records. Then we have status bar. It display information about the current objects or view. Now let's create a new table in a datasheet view. Now I will tell you how we can create a table. So for that, datasheet view refers to row-wise and column-wise view of data. The information pertaining to individual records, it provides in individual rows and attributes which is related to records that are given in the corresponding column. Right? So below the steps are given to create a new table. So for that you will click on create tab on the ribbon, click on table button, a new table opens. So double click on the column header to create a field name. Type a name of the field, press enter, click on next order. So this type of data will appear. Right? So I will tell you here, you can go to create, right? Whatever table design you want to choose, you can choose like this. Here you will write the field name of your choice. You can type, like you can see here, field name, data type, description, it's optional. So let's see select the data type. Now type a name of the field, you will write the name and repeat the step 6 to 8 to create more field. And the table is now added to the list of table in the left navigation, right? You can make yourself, right? Like this you can do. So now creating a table using design view. Now we can also use design view. So for that you have to click on the arrow below the viewer. Select a design view, enter the name and click OK. And the table design view windows will open, right? Where you have to go? First of all, you have to go to view button. This is now datasheet design view, whatever you want. Like we want datasheet view. You will go to view option over here. Then you can go to like this. You can use the design. Now, so the window consists of two parts. What the field entry pane and the field properties pane. So in the field entry pane, the field names and data types column of the current table will be displayed. Enter appropriate field name and data type like first name, last name, you have to write over them. Next is different data types that could be used for a table are discussed below. Like first we have auto number. The database create a unique number for each record that is created. Then short text, the data type it is used for containing letters and number. The option can contain up to 255 characters. How many characters may have? 255. Then we have long text. In this you can write both letters as well as number, right? It can hold up to 65,536 characters. Then we have number. This data type is used when calculation involves numbers are required for the field. Then we have data time, date and time. You need to enter the date and time. You can enter here by your choice. Currency, the currency needs to you want to enter. Now yes or no. The field required yes or no entry, it appears as a checkbox in the data sheet. How it appears? Like a checkbox in the data sheet. Now let's see the OLI objects. It allows for the embedding and linking a number for supported file type in our data. Like we have PDF, PowerPoint, Excel, view document if you want to view the document. Then it has hyperlink. It is used with email address. When you are using email address or hyperlinks are required. Attachment, it allows user to attach one or more file. Now, if you want to attach a file like in video and a photo, you can attach over it. Then lookup wizard, it is a drop-down option which helps the user to create list for the field. When this option is selected, lookup wizard start. Now description, after the instruction, description are provided for the user. Now properties pane, all the properties related to field can be seen in the properties pane after clicking the face. Next is entering data in the table. So in data sheet view, type a data in the field 1 by 1. You will type like this. You will type the data one by one, right? It's your wish, whatever data. After completing, you will press OK. So we will click on the new record icon on the home tab, the records group, to type a new record. If you want to type a new record, you can type over. Now understanding field property. Let's study about some field property. This is journal tab, this is lookup tab. This is property pane. Here this is yes or no property. This is drop down list and this is properties information, right? These are the different field properties name. Next is properties pane. When a field is selected in a design view, if you go in the design view, the properties appear in this lower pane. Journal tab contains most of the properties we will work with. Lookup tab, it is primarily used for setting up lookup list. Then we have drop down list from which we can select the option. Properties information, when the insertion point in a property box or information about that property appears. Then we have yes or no property. In this, what we do, we have already been filled for us with the default value. Now change the field size. Now we want to change the field size, how you can change it. So for short text, that is 255, we can specify number of character from 0 to 255. Then we have number, long integer, byte, integer, long integer, single, double, you can use. Then we have auto number, means long integer. Now same as number, except that there are really two choices. Yeah, whether we have long integers or replication height. Right? This is your short text, number and auto. In this we have number also and alphabet. Now set field size property. It is the default field size of a field with data type of text in 255 characters. We can change this size in the range from 0 to 255 characters. You can change it. Right? Now follow the below steps to set field size property. So for that, click on the desired field to change the size. Click on Journal tab in the field property page. Enter the new field size in the field size text box. Whatever size you want to choose, you can choose. Right? So now set the field format. Now you want to set a field format. So for that, what you have to do, click on the desired field to change. Click on Journal tab. Click to Next to format field. Now click drop down menu arrow to choose the required format. For a number or auto number field, the choices represent different number types such as journal, currency and percentage. So for date and time data type, the choices appear as date time format, and for yes or no field, the choices appears as ways of expressing yes or no. So create validation rule. What is validation rule? It is used to limit a field entry to meet a certain criteria. By using this validation rule, we can ensure that the correct value is entered into the form. If the user makes an incorrect entry, an error alert can stop the user and it's provide word or just provide a information. Now follow the below steps to create a validation rule. Click on the field to apply validation rule. Click to Journal tab. Click on Next to Validation Rule field and type validation rule. Click in the next to validation text, right? And type the text for the error message. We have validated a rule that C should be equal to or more than 5,000. This is our rule. So we will add it. Then in this example, we have entered 4,000, although the rule says it should be more than or equal to 5,000. So in datasheet view, if we enter wrong entry, it will give us error message like this. An error message will be provided to. You will click OK and then you can retype the correct entry. Now saving and closing the table. Now you want to save or close the table. So for that, table structure is now complete. The next step is to save the table. So we should give a name to the table before saving it. So for that one, before we save the table, we can continue working with the table with the close window. So in this, what you will do? Here the some steps is given. Click on Save button on Quick Access toolbar. Type the name in the table name and click OK. Click on Close button to close the table. Now you want to close the table. You will click on the Close button. Let me show you over here. First of all, you will go to File, then Save As. You can save anywhere, whatever you want, wherever you want to save, and the database will be saved. Now we have done with this chapter. Hope you understood. Now we will meet in the next class. That's all for today. Thank you.